Connie Francis, who was at one time the world's biggest-selling female artist, died at the age of 87. It is a heartbreaking moment not only for her fans but for the music world as a whole, that bids farewell to a woman whose voice transcended generations, whose songs brought comfort and joy, and whose resilience stood as a shining example to all. Her journey from the boroughs of Brooklyn to global stardom was nothing short of inspirational. She navigated a male-dominated industry with grace and determination, crafting a musical legacy that continues to resonate decades after her first appearance on stage. The musician, whose hits included the exuberant, flirty anthem Stupid Cupid, and the heartbreak-infused whose Sorry Now had recently experienced a surprising resurgence thanks to a new generation of fans discovering her work. The 1962 ballad Pretty Little Baby found fresh life in the digital age, going viral on TikTok and taking over the platform in a way no one could have predicted. Her timeless voice, floating gently over vintage arrangements, offered something refreshing in a digital world dominated by synthesized beats and fleeting fame. It was an extraordinary testament to the timelessness of her talent. Younger generations, who hadn't known her name before, were now suddenly captivated by a voice that once dominated radio waves worldwide. Francis had recently been treated for pelvic pain caused by a fracture. While recovering in the hospital, she was diagnosed with pneumonia, and the complications proved too much for her body to bear. She passed away on Wednesday night, as confirmed by Ron Roberts, the president of her record label. Speaking with BBC News, Roberts conveyed the gravity of the loss, describing it with palpable sorrow. He had earlier taken to Facebook to break the news to the public. In his words, he wrote, "It is with a heavy heart and extreme sadness that I announce the passing of the legendary Connie Francis." He added, "With solemn appreciation, I know that Connie would approve that her fans are among the first to learn of this sad news." Tragic news arrives just months after the unexpected revival of her song Pretty Little Baby. Track, which had once been relegated to the B-side of a record, suddenly became a social media phenomenon. TikTok users across the world adopted the tune for sentimental videos, pairing its nostalgic melody with clips of loved ones, children, pets, and intimate moments. What started as a nostalgic tribute to a bygone era snowballed into a massive cultural moment. The phenomenon was especially surreal, given that the song had not even been a lead single when it was released. Now it was achieving a sort of posthumous spotlight, lighting up the digital space with renewed appreciation for her artistry. Among the millions who jumped on the trend were high-profile celebrities like Kim Kardashian and Kylie Jenner, who lip-syncs to the track in heartfelt or humorous videos. These clips racked up millions of views and shares, allowing Connie's name to trend once more. This time on platforms she never imagined would become central to popular culture. One particular video by popular influencers Brooke Monk and Sam Dez, in which they used the song to underscore a romantic moment, gained more than 158 million views, an astronomical number that left fans stunned. The blend of old-school romance and modern content creation created a unique and powerful connection, one that once again bridged the generational divide. Tributes began pouring in not just from fans, but from fellow artists who had long held her in high regard. ABVA's Agnetha Foltskog posted a heartfelt message in which she declared that Connie Francis had always been her favorite singer. The message was accompanied by a video of her gently humming Pretty Little Baby, highlighting the profound influence Connie had even on her musical contemporaries. Actress and singer Gracie Lawrence, who is currently portraying Francis in the Broadway musical Just in Time, also honored the late icon. Dressed in full costume, she shared a hauntingly beautiful video of herself performing the now viral track, an homage both to the woman she was portraying and to the magic of her voice. Just a month before her passing, Connie herself had addressed the viral resurgence. In an interview with People magazine, she admitted with endearing honesty that she had no recollection of the track, To tell you the truth, I didn't even remember the song." She laughed before adding that she had to listen to it to jog her memory. Her candor made the moment all the more touching. To think that a song I recorded 63 years ago is touching the hearts of millions of people is truly awesome, she said, a smile lighting up her face. It is an amazing feeling. Born Concetta Rosemarie Franconero in 1937, Connie Francis grew up in Brooklyn, in a working-class Italian-American household that valued family, tradition, and music. Her father, George Franconero Sr., recognized her talent early on and encouraged her musical growth. At the tender age of 3, she began playing the accordion, an instrument she would remain fond of throughout her life. As she grew, it became evident that her voice held something special, something powerful enough to break barriers. She adopted the stage name Connie Francis as a teenager and started appearing on the television variety show Startime Kids, marking the beginning of her long and storied career in entertainment. Despite her obvious talent and charm, early days were not easy. Record label after record label turned her down, and many believed that her sound didn't align with the era's market trends. It wasn't until she sent in a demo of a song titled Freddie, named by coincidence after the president of MGM Records' son, that she was given a shot. Even then, her first string of recordings failed to leave a mark. It was a humbling period, one that tested her confidence and led her to briefly consider a different path. She even accepted a place to study medicine at university, preparing to leave the music industry behind. But fate had other plans. Her contract with MGM was nearly up, and she had one more recording to fulfill her obligation. Her father, convinced she still had a chance, pushed her to record a cover of a song from 1923, whose Sorry Now. Connie was reluctant. She felt that the tune was too outdated and wouldn't appeal to the youth. "I had 18 bomb records," she told UPI in 1996. "He wanted me to record a song written in 1923. I said, forget about it. The kids on American Bandstand would laugh me right off the show." But her father was persistent. "If you don't record this song, dummy, the only way you'll get on American Bandstand is to sit on the TV," he quipped. That moment of insistence would prove to be the turning point in her life. When Dick Clark, the charismatic host of American Bandstand, heard the track, he recognized its potential instantly. In 1958, he played it on his show and told viewers, "No doubt about it, she is headed straight for the #1 spot." Connie, who had no idea her song would be featured, was at home watching. Her reaction, captured in her personal diary, was one of complete disbelief and euphoric joy. "The feeling was cosmic, just cosmic," she wrote. "Right there in my living room, it became Mardi Gras time and New Year's Eve at the turn of the century. It was the breakthrough she had longed for, and it came with a force that would launch her to international stardom. From that moment forward, her career took off like a rocket. Who's Sorry Now became a chart-topping success, followed by a cascade of hits that solidified her status as a leading lady in music. Her songs captured the emotional highs and lows of life, weaving narratives of love, heartbreak, joy, and longing into every note. She became known for her clear diction, emotional delivery, and the unique ability to interpret a song in a way that made listeners feel like she was singing directly to them. In an era where female performers were often typecast or sidelined, Connie stood her ground and proved that she was a force to be reckoned with. Her audience spanned continents, languages, and generations. Her music was translated and re-recorded in multiple languages, further extending her global reach. She was more than a singer, she was a phenomenon.